Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. And in this Super Sons Fortress of Attitude, I'll be reviewing the Superboy Son of Kal-El annual because Tom, the one-trick pony Taylor, wants us to believe it's Superman. We know it's not. And as you can see here, I have both the regular and the variant trade dress. And as you can see here, do these in any way connect to the story? Sure enough, they both do. And to which I will be giving the rating for both covers right now. For the first cover that you want to see on the left hand side, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. I do actually like it a little bit more than the Robin cover. I'm going to be honest about that. And I must be honest about that. But I'm not here to compare those covers together in this one video. And for the second cover, the one on the right hand side, I gave an 8 out of 10. The reason why I like it that much, because it actually suits Lex Luthor's character. Unlike the other one, where it sort of degrades it a bit. He's meant to be a villain after all, isn't he? So the next thing is, let's check out the internal art, to which we'll get to cover some of the things that happen inside. And I will use the variant cover to show some of the art around the beginning, middle and end before I move into the story rating. Now this is some of the art around the beginning of the story. I'll now move towards the middle. Alright, and here we go for some of the art towards the middle, to which we have Lex Luthor doing some villainous prospects with some of the people he knows in the DC universe. This person right here reminds me of that character that Brian Michael Bendis brought in, Robinson, from the Silent Mafia or the Invisible Mafia. Just saying. And last but not least, some of the art towards the end of the story. And as you can see, that hairpiece is a bit of an elephant in the room. So for the internal art, I gave it a 7 out of 10. Now it's time to jump into the story and some of the things that happen in the story. Of course, this story revolves around this John Imposter Samuel Kent going to Lex Luthor, and of course some things happen and occur in the story. To which, yes, Lex Luthor gets himself out of prison, eventually establishes his own building across from the Daily Planet, as well as not very far from the Metropolis apartments of where Lois Lane lives, or should we say where the Kents live. We also get to see some things that revert back to the past. That was sort of nice, that bit felt good. But the story did lack in other areas. The art, though it did have its good spots, that hair on Superboy just did not suit him. I'm being completely honest, it did not suit him. It was better under Gabriel Al-Taib. To be completely honest, his hair was better when he was on this. So, moving into the next thing of the story, did this story have any comic references? No, it didn't at all, and nor did it refer or bring back any comic references to, say, Superman issues 1 to what is presently available. And for that, the story lost points. In regards to time, about the only thing we had was then, which was around the time of when Superman was exposing Lex Luthor, and later in the story, which moved into pretty much closest to present day, to which we got to see John Kent. The locations, well, we only got one location only pointed out by Tom Taylor. The rest I had to find and get written down because he was too lazy to put it up himself. Of course, we had the main area of Metropolis. We also had the prison, to which Lex Luthor was in. We also ended up going to the Arctic, as well as the Fortress of Solitude. We also ended up going to Star City, Bloodhaven, Gotham, and last but not least, into LexCorp. Now, some of those other cities were also connected to other villains that Lex Luthor knew, to which he was, well, bribing or blackmailing in some essence to get himself some money and also to get himself a get out of jail free card. Moving into the cast of characters, of course, we had the real Superman present, Lex present, Batman present, Lois Lane, Superboy, and of course, Martian Manhunter. This story also revolves around Superboy trying to find out where his old man is in the galaxy. Like that wasn't established already in previous issues. You know, just ignore that continuity that you've already done for this one issue. Yeah, very bad storytelling for a one-trick pony by the name of Tom Taylor. You're getting as bad as Bendis. So overall, I gave this story a 6.5 out of 10. Well, until then, we'll see you again at the Super Sons Fortress of Attitude. And stay tuned for any upcoming Super Sons Fortress of Attitude videos in the future or on the channel.